Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 191181 here with the Shade Tree Survivalist. I thought I'd actually cover this subject before our little trek back in April when we nearly froze our asses off, and I did not. But how did I add this white light right here to the rifle, and what is it? The light itself is a Surefire 6PX Pro dual output LED flashlight, and it cost me $49.99 at one of our local dealers, North Georgia Reloading over in Fort Oglethorpe. And that's the light. That's what we've got right here. Let me take this thing off right quick. The little section of Picatinny rail is mil-spec detachable rail, 0.38 inches high and 5 slots for super slim free float rails. Now, this is the only section of friggin' Picatinny rail I could find when I was looking for it, and I'm hoping the camera's picking this up. But it's got 2 little holes. I use 2 little tiny machine screws. I'm just using it as a guide, put them up and against the stock to see if it would interfere with the operating rod and so forth. It did not, so I just put some Loctite on them after I bored the holes, and then I put some nuts on them so they're on there. They're not coming off. The mount itself and that section of Picatinny rail was manufactured by UTG Pro. Got this at a tactical ammo and for guns and ammo, something of that nature, over in Calhoun, made in USA. Now the mount itself is tactical 1-inch offset ring mount. Fits scopes or lasers with a 1-inch tube, compatible with Weaver Picatinny rails, black anodized aircraft grade aluminum, 2.5 inches long, weight 2.3 ounces. Unfortunately, this was made in China, but guess what? They did not have any other. And it fit the Surefire light perfectly. No issues at all there. 4 big screws hold it in, and then you've got, your knob here to tighten it down with your Picatinny mount. And that's all I did. And this is the thing, you can mount it that way. You can turn it upside down, have it lower, and of course turn the light around. I mean, I'm not saying have the light pointing at you. I'm just saying you can turn it right upside down, right side up. The install actually went better. It came out a little better on the plastic stock that I used, that I mounted it to originally, and I just did that to see how well it would work and if it would interfere and so forth with the rifle's action. It did not. So then we used the same technique to put it on here, but my holes were not quite square and it's pointing up just a tiny bitty bit. So the direct center is not directly on the where I would want it, but it's fine. It ain't no big deal. I'm not going to stress over it. I could always move it over here to the other side. The reason I mounted it on the right side so I don't have that big shadow of the barrel and the stock if I mounted it any other way. It works out fine. I mean, it would take a little bit of getting used to work your hand over there. It's not where you can push it on this side. I may eventually mount it back on the left side and see if it works, but I didn't want to just keep cutting holes in it, and I wanted it out of the way of my hand so I could put my hand forward on the stock. I don't want it way out here like on some of the ARs I've seen, but I do want the ability to have it up here if needed. Generally, I do not hold it that far forward for one reason. There's your exhaust port for your gas system, but I didn't want it to interfere. The only other thing I may do with the rifle is mount a small lightweight bipod. I'm looking very seriously at the Magpul bipod, but I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but I'll have to mount a Picatinny rail under the bottom, and they do, Sadlac Industries makes a forward the sling mount like this that is extended out and already has the hole for the gas outlet, but it gives you some Picatinny rail to attach a bipod to very quickly. But yep, the old Iron Maiden here has come out really nice. You know, the weapon lights, they just want way too damn much money for them. $50. I think the mount, I don't have it anymore. I don't think I paid more than $20 for the whole thing, for the little section of Picatinny rail as well as the mount itself. But honestly, I don't know where the receipt got off to, and I'm not sure. But it took 5 minutes to install that thing on the other stock, the short section of Picatinny rail, and it took maybe 15 or 20 to mount it to this stock, because that is fiberglass and it is not nearly as easy to drill a hole through it as it is on the polymer. But it came out real nice, it works real well. I've used it around in the house, just, you know, practicing so forth with it, and it's out of my way, but I can still reach over and activate it anytime I need to, so that's not a problem. You know, I can put my hand up under there like that, so it's not an issue as far as I'm concerned. The Burris is freaking phenomenal. I love this thing. Every time I've shot it, it's got a crystal clear view through it, and just wonderful. But anywho, without further ado, I'm not going to beat a dead horse too much further. You guys, just use your noodle. Look around a little bit before you purchase and see what is there. I mean, have an idea in your head what you want to do. I just wanted a short Picatinny rail and an adapter that I can use a standard tactical style light to work with an end cap button, and I got it. I was carrying this on my belt and I haven't replaced it yet, but that is one of the future purchases, to purchase another flashlight like this, or like the one on Betsy. And y'all will know my original M1A, M14 that's in the EBR chassis, it just uses a 1-inch scope ring to mount it to a section of Picatinny rail. So it's all you need. You don't need to go out and buy a fancy mount like this, but I do like it. It's well worth the dollar I paid for it. It may have been $20 by itself from that 10, and I don't know, it just wasn't. It wasn't expensive at all. And it's aluminum, no plastic. I like that a lot. But anywho, thank you very much for watching. Any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have an M1A, M14, y'all check out the playlist, because we got a lot of videos covering the rifles, as well as this new Scout Squad that is phenomenal. I love this thing, but I had to have a little bit of a cheek riser for the optic. No problem. Built one, put it on. I do believe I have a video of that up. But anywho, thank you very much for watching. This is MacDaddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist signing off. Y'all be good. Take care of yourselves. Keep your magazines loaded, baby. And keep your head on a swivel, even at home. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching.